In this section, we're going to go through the monthly planners. This is where we have a monthly view and a weekly view. So each section contains a month or 4 weeks. So when you go to your at a glance, you will see these sections are represented in these tabs right here. July 2nd to the 29th, 2nd to the 29th, July 30th to the 26th, July 30th to the August 26th. I hope it's not too confusing that these months are combined together. It's designed this way to make it easier to track things on a week-by-week basis. Then we come to the back of these months, we have a rejuvenation tab. And you'll see it's just like these other months tab, but it only goes for 1 week. Going back to our 91 day at a glance, it's this last week right here. This is another recommendation, and you can decide when this happens. What we want to do is close some things out. So you get to your end of your 91 days, take some time to rejuvenate, take some time to close things out, take some time to set up for the next 91 days, and take a break. As you get into a rhythm, it's a lot easier to go from one 91 day to the next 91 day. The very first 91 day does feel like a lot more work, but it's worth getting those thoughts in, because as the next 91 day comes up, get a chance to review what worked and what didn't work. This is our monthly view with notes that we can put down on the side. Ideally, when you're going through your 91 day, you want to check these boxes on the days that you're going to be working. These color indicators are recommendations of when you should close out last month and set up this next month. And vacation or rejuvenation means this should be a day that you take a break. You can put this up here, you can put this over here, you can put these wherever it needs to be for you. Take these as recommendations. I'm first going to discuss the weekly view, and then we'll get back to the weekly roadmap. This view is pretty straightforward. We have what day we are at in the 91 day. You may use this for events, or you will use it as an hour by hour action plan. I also have reminders down here. Weekly roadmap. The reason why this was designed the way that it was is that everybody should be implementing a weekly review, a weekly sit down with those in their family, and looking at what's going to happen this week. Discuss the things you're going to accomplish, touch base to make sure you guys are on the same page. My family does a weekly review every single Sunday, and we go through and we say, what things should we watch out for? What things are we trying to accomplish? The rest of this should be pretty straightforward. What do I envision for this week? Packets I'm working on. Packets due this week. What long-term goals, VGMs, are my critical focus this week? As you start that week, you can look back at your action plan and see some of the things that you need to accomplish. And come back over here and say, these are the ones I'm going to focus on this week. What tasks are my critical focus this week? Maybe these are more of errand things. Maybe they're short-term things. They're not necessarily big projects or OKRs or things that you're measuring. They're just general things that you need to get done. And tasks due this week, things that you have to get done. What do I need to block time for this week? Maybe that's for study. Maybe that's for activities. These are just critical things. You're not quite sure how to measure it. You're not necessarily calling it a task. You're not calling it a goal, but just general things that you need to block time for this week. We have notes and ideas for the week, a weekly meal plan. What things should I turn into or add to long-term goals, VGM or OKR? This is for things you may want to accomplish after the 91 days, but you don't want to forget about it. So you place it here so that after the 91 days, you can come back and find some of these things that you want to turn into long-term goals. Weekly review. I understand that this may not apply to everybody, and we do want feedback on this. On our next rendition, we will put slots down here where people can put their own measurements of the things they want to review for that week. At the very end of each of these month sections, there is an errand block. Straightforward. Just put the errand that you have and how long it's going to take. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's make it happen.